we just do one thing?
What are we doing?
I'm just going to look at my watch.
Why are you looking at your watch?
Just because it's nice.
Why are you looking at it?
Why are you doing that face?
Why are you looking at your watch?
What's that? Who is this? Who is this?
Would you still marry me if I look like this?
What would be your name?
Penelope?
Penelope. I
Penelope.
can see you better in there. Yeah.
Garbanzo beans?
Penelope Garbanzo beans.
Yes. Do you like kale?
I like Penelope Garbanzo beans.
Kiss me.
No, I don't think I want to kiss Penelope Garbanzo beans because she's got a weird mouth.
She does.
Oh, right.
Penelope Garbanzo beans.
And she loves
Kale.
kale.
I like kale. I like cats. I like catastrophes.
You like catastrophes?
Yeah.
That's an odd thing.
And of course I love garbanzo beans.
What? Wait. Cats, catastrophes, and garbanzo beans.
Yeah.
Those are the things you like.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. I hate everything.
I love Penelope.
You do?
Yeah.
You do?
I want to sing more of Penelope.
Really?
Oh God. Anyway, I wanted you to. So you were a bit nervous, weren't you, yesterday?
Okay, so guys, I have been
Little freak out.
Well, I've been having trouble eating, which is weird for me because I love food. But I've been having trouble eating, guys, because I'm so nervous because I'm doing stand-up, my first stand-up show in 4 years on Wednesday.
Exciting.
Yeah, for you. For you.
Me, I could just come along and watch it.
Right. And so for me, though, but I'm petrified.
I might throw bread rolls at you.
Could you not?
Sorry.
Could you not?
I won't. Some bread rolls.
Yeah, dude, I'm so nervous, guys. And when I get nervous, well, actually, it's been happening where, like, I can't eat or I, like, binge. You know, when you're nervous, it's one of the two.
You didn't even eat your dinner last night.
No, because Steven just asked me one question
Yeah.
during dinner. He's like, so, did you rehearse your stand-up? And then all of a sudden, my appetite just went, beep.
You were enjoying it, and then you were like, oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was
No,
when your appetite
I know
hurt.
that. I know that. It's totally me being neurotic. And truthfully, it's because I've been doing digital comedy for so long now, it feels. And so I'm really comfortable with it. Like, we just did a Facebook Live the other day, you guys saw, where I terrorized Steven as Helen. Oh, that one, and then we did one the day before that, and that had 25,000 people live watching. 25,000 eyes
Imagine that.
on us. Actually, 50,000 eyes. But no, should I put that in my stand-up?
50,000 eyeballs.
Shoot me. But yeah, 25,000 people watching live, and I'm making them laugh for 20 minutes. It's like, I can do this. But then when I think about actually standing on stage and doing it, I start getting incredibly insecure. I feel like I'm not I don't know. I feel like I'm not capable.
You're just in fear about it, probably. Just got a little bit of fear about it.
I'm in immense fear.
But you'll go through it and you'll do it, and then you'll feel brilliant afterwards, probably.
Yeah, unless everyone's throwing tomatoes at me the whole time and bread rolls.
Well, I'm going to be the only one throwing anything, and it's going to be bread rolls, so don't worry about it. But tell them about what happened today, though, when you...
Oh, so this was pretty cool. So I was doing my Insta Live, and
everyone here must be following your Instagram, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We don't even have to say that.
Yeah, dude. So I was doing my Insta Live, and I was talking to everyone. There's like 2,000 people in there. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm really nervous about doing stand-up. And then Russell Simmons comes in to the live, and he obviously like started Def Comedy Jam. He's
Def Jam before that.
And Def Jam.
Beastie Boys, Run DMC,
yeah.
LL Cool J.
Yeah, so he's
Public Enemy.
big mogul. You guys know Russell Simmons. If you don't, He's incredibly influential in
Kanye
music
West.
and comedy.
Jay-Z.
So yeah, so like he comes in because him and I work together a lot. We produce shows together and things like that. But he comes into the live and I start talking and I was like, yeah, I'm really nervous. And he just writes, he goes, Laura, put that in your show. He's like, if you're nervous, he's like, talk about it. Be honest, be vulnerable, be you. And I was like, wow. And then I started doing a little bit of my bit. I was like, what do you guys think about this? Like,
Yeah, you
should
tried
I
it
do
out.
this?
I
And
wish I'd
then
seen it.
they were like, yes. And Russell's like, do that. And it was just really encouraging to have Russell, who I really look up to and trust him when it comes to anything comedy, to sort of push me and encourage me and be like, you're a star, you're gonna do amazing, you're gonna be great, and definitely be vulnerable and be yourself up there. And if you're nervous and scared, don't pretend you're not. And that's interesting because last night I was reading advice saying, like, if you're nervous and you're scared, don't let them know that.
Yeah.
Like, get up there and be confident in that. But it's like, I don't know. I was so baffled on like I wonder what your thoughts are. Like, I would be interested to hear, you guys, as a stand-up, like, what do you look for in a stand-up comedian?
Oliver, stop it.
Ollie!
Stop it.
Come here, Ollie!
I told you about that already.
Ollie!
Oliver.
Come here, sweetie!
Sorry, you tell him and I'll go and get him
Wrong way,
because
hun.
he's...
I'd be really interested to hear what your guys' thoughts were. Like, what do you look for in a stand-up comedian? Do you like more like storytellers who do impressions, or do you like more classic 1, 2, 3 jokes, or what do you look for in a stand-up? Do you like when they're vulnerable and honest, or really, really confident and sure of themselves? What is it that's appealing to you about stand-up? If you have any tips or just thoughts on any of it, I would be really interested to hear what you guys had to say, because I'm feeling very nervous, and I think that it would be interesting to just hear what you guys have to say about it. Or do you like stand-up at all? Or do you go to see stand-up? Or what was your worst stand-up experience? Did you have a stand-up that didn't connect with you, and why? Why? What did they do wrong?
But the funniest thing last night is when you said, well...
Or what's your or who's your favorite stand-up comedian, and what do they? Why do you like them? Please just let me know below. I really want to hear your thoughts.
Last night you just went, well, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to do it. And I said, you can't not do it. And you go, I can. I can just say I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I think when we're in fear, right, life was starting to get really comfortable for me. I'm not scared to do vlogs. I'm not scared to do digital comedy videos.
You were
but
scared
I used
to do
be.
digital comedy videos and vlogs.
Right, but I since walked through that fear and I gained confidence.
And you're going to do that with the stand-up.
Right, well, I'm not confident in stand-up, and so, Alan, do not push the tripod.
We didn't think anyone was going to watch these vlogs, remember?
Yes, so it's very interesting how, you know, they say if you're not feeling uncomfortable and nervous, you're not growing, right?
And what about that film we watched, the brilliant film called Finding Joe?
You guys should all watch that
it's
movie.
About Joseph Campbell, and he said...
He wrote The Hero's Journey.
Yeah, you have to slay your dragons, and your dragons are fear. Your dragons is yourself.
Yes.
And this comedy is a dragon for you, you've got to slay it.
Yes, stand-up is.
Stand-up, not comedy, stand-up. But then yesterday you were saying, I'm not gonna do it, and that...
Because I was letting fear win.
You were.
Fear was so profound that I was like, it was crippling me, and I thought, I'm just not going to do it.
You're going to be
I
great.
could just easily call my manager and say, hey, cancel the show. I'm not going.
You won't do that, though. I know you.
No, but it was nice for a minute to think that that's a possibility.
Yeah.
That I could actually, I don't have to do it.
Yes.
I'm gonna go do it. And worst case is I get up there and I bomb for 10 minutes and I'm not dead.
Yes.
I'm still alive. I might have a bread roll thrown at my head by my effing husband. But other than that, sorry, Ellie.
Stop it. Smashing his face in.
Other than that, like, we're good.
I'm going to be throwing bread rolls if you want to come. Oh, tell him what. So you're going to be doing 10 minutes at a time, right?
Yeah, so basically what I'm doing is I'm building my my live show. I'm building it right now. So how I do that is I do 10 minutes once I'm confident in that, I write my next 10 and next 10 and next 10, and then hopefully within the next 6 months I'll have my hour.
An hour.
Well, once I have my hour, I start booking theaters around the country
You
and
guys can
internationally as well.
And
'cause
then you guys, sorry,
that's okay.
I was saying they could throw bread rolls.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm glad you interrupted me
Sorry,
for that.
yeah, international bread rolls. Anyway, carry on.
Yes. So.
Yes.
Yes. So because London I have a really big fan base there, and so I'll definitely do some shows there.
And they got lots of bread rolls in them.
And they have a lot of bread rolls.
Yeah.
A lot of bread
I'm
rolls.
not really, yeah.
You're really being so
I have
compassionate
been. I've been
and
so supportive.
encouraging.
I have
and
been.
I just want to thank you
It's
for that.
just a joke.
Just the thought of bread rolls. Because now, like, all of them are going to bring bread rolls.
I'd never throw a bread
And
roll. And
then,
if
like-
you bring bread rolls, you're the bad ones.
You literally just told them to bring bread rolls. So now you're giving them mixed messages. You know what? If you want to bring bread rolls, bring bread rolls. There's something funny about every show I go to getting just one bread roll to the head.
What
Doesn't
even
matter
happened
how
there?
good I do. Just it should be a requirement to bring bread rolls to
Became
my
a
show.
thing, yeah. And then you did
And
it.
then you have to throw.
Well, don't say that.
Okay, this is it. This is why I'm gonna be a different stand-up than anyone else. I'm gonna be like, all right, guys, if you don't find one of my jokes funny, you brought your bread rolls? Let me see your bread rolls, everyone. Because you have to. Admission is you have to get a ticket and bring a bread roll.
A bread roll.
And then when you find me the least funny, just throw a bread roll at me.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Because then what will happen is if a joke doesn't land, there will be a bread rolls being thrown at me, and
Yes,
that's funny.
that's funny.
So all of a sudden I'll be like, ugh,
Yeah, and
ugh.
you can do your Pamela Pupkin move.
Yes, and
Kung fu.
that's actually not a bad idea.
There you
Tell
go.
everyone to bring bread rolls.
That's why I get the extra. So ideas like that are
Because
why
no other
I'm on
comedian
board.
is saying, bring bread rolls to throw
No,
at me. No other
exactly.
comedian
No
would
one's
ever
thought
do
of
that.
That's me.
a
Thinking out of the box.
Thinking out
Thinking
of
out
the
of the
box.
box. Thinking out of the box.
Yes, totally. So yeah. Anyway, I would love your thoughts. Please comment below. Who's your favorite stand-up and why? Yeah, who's your favorite stand-up and why? And what do you look for in a comedian? Look good.
Look at him. He's been so cuddly today. Since he's had this jumper, just last thing, since he's had this jumper, he's sleeping and cuddling all
Steven
day.
thinks that this jumper has made him more cuddly.
It's got to be.
Because ever since he's been in it, he sleeps more and he just is in a cuddly mood all the
He
time. Look at
slept
him.
for, how long did he sleep for? 14 hours a couple of nights.
Yeah, he slept till 11 a.m.
We went to bed at like 10 and he woke up at 11. He never does that. He always wakes me up at 5. He slept till 11 in his
Steven
jumper.
thinks it's the sweater.
It's gotta be. Look, he's just chilling.
All right, guys, I love you very much. Thanks for taking the time watching the vlog. Subscribe if you're not
Subscribe to it.
subscribed.
Why
Comment
don't you?
below who's your favorite comic and why. What do you look for in a stand-up? Any advice y'all have, I would greatly appreciate it. I love you all.
Love you.
And see you tomorrow.